Today we're talking about a learning idea that sounds simple, but it can completely change the way you improve your English. Listen a lot first before you focus on speaking. If you've ever felt like you know English, but you can't speak smoothly, you're not lazy and you're not stupid. Most of the time, the real problem is that your brain doesn't have enough sound experience with English. You might know grammar rules, you might know vocabulary meanings, but when it's time to speak, your brain can't find the sentence fast enough. And that's when you freeze, translate in your head, and lose confidence. So here's the big message of this episode. Speaking is not a starting skill. Speaking is a result of hearing English again and again until your brain starts to predict what comes next. Think about it like music. If I ask you to sing a song you've never heard, you can't. Even if I give you the lyrics, you still can't sing it naturally because you don't know the rhythm, the speed, the melody. But if you listen to that song many times, something happens. Your brain starts to remember it. Then singing becomes easier. Language is the same. Your brain needs to hear the melody of English, the rhythm, the common phrases, and the natural speed. And that's why so many learners struggle. They try to speak without enough listening. They force output before they have enough input. Now, let's get deeper. When people say listen more, some learners feel disappointed because they think listening is passive. They think, I'm not doing anything. But listening is actually one of the most powerful active trainings if you listen the right way. When you listen a lot, you're building 4 important systems in your brain. First, you build automatic vocabulary. Not just knowing a word, but recognizing it instantly in real speed. For example, many learners know the word gonna, but they can't catch it in a sentence. They hear, I'm gonna, and their brain thinks, what was that? So they miss the meaning. Listening trains instant recognition. Second, you build grammar feeling. I'm not talking about rules like present perfect or conditional. I mean the feeling of what sounds right. After enough listening, your brain doesn't need to calculate grammar. It just knows. We say it like this. That's how native speakers work. They don't think, yes, third conditional. They just say it. Third, you build pronunciation and rhythm. Not just individual sounds, but the flow. English is full of connected speech. Words change when they connect. Want to becomes wanna, going to becomes gonna, did you becomes didya, what are you becomes what'ya. If you don't listen a lot, your brain expects clear dictionary pronunciation, but real English is fast and connected. And fourth, you build predictability. This is huge. Fluency is not only speed, it's prediction. For example, if I say, it depends, your brain already expects on. If I say, the reason is, your brain expects an explanation. This prediction system makes speaking easier because your brain can build sentences faster. So when you're listening a lot, you're not wasting time, you're building the hidden foundation for speaking. Now let's talk about something that makes learners feel confused. Some people say, but I listened for years, songs, movies, YouTube, and I still can't speak. And that's a fair point. The problem is not listening itself, the problem is often the type of listening. There are 2 kinds of listening. Let's call them entertainment listening and training listening. Entertainment listening is when you listen just for fun. Songs, movies, random videos. It's good, but it's not focused. Your brain is not forced to notice patterns. Training listening is different. Training listening is when you choose material that is close to your level, so you understand most of it, and then you repeat it. Training listening includes noticing phrases, copying rhythm, and using the audio as a model. So if you want listening to turn into speaking, you need more training listening. Here's a simple rule. Choose audio where you understand about 70 to 90%. If you understand less than 50%, you'll feel lost. Your brain will work hard but not absorb much. If you understand almost everything, that's great, because then your brain can focus on details like pronunciation, rhythm, and useful phrases. And this is the part most learners don't want to hear. The fastest progress usually comes from repeating the same audio many times, not always new content. Repetition is where your brain stops working hard and starts absorbing naturally. Let me give you a real example. Imagine you listen to a 2-minute story. The first time, you understand maybe 60%. You catch the topic, but you miss some parts. The second time, you understand more. The third time, you notice a phrase like, "to be honest," or "it turns out that." The fourth time, your brain starts to copy the speaker's rhythm. The fifth time, the audio becomes familiar, and now you can speak about the same topic using similar phrases. That's the bridge from listening to speaking. So the question is, when do you start speaking practice? My answer is, you start speaking after listening, not before. You don't start speaking from zero. You speak from a model. Think of it like climbing. Listening is the ladder. Speaking is stepping up. If you try to step without the ladder, you fall. Now I want to give you a method. It's simple and it works. I call it listen first, speak later, but the important part is the order. Step 1. Listen for meaning. No subtitles, no pausing. Just listen and try to understand the big idea. Who is talking? What happened? What is the point? Step 2. Listen with support. This means subtitles or transcript. Now your job is to notice, what words did you miss? What phrases are repeated? What expressions feel useful? Step 3. Shadow lightly. Shadowing means speaking at the same time as the audio, like copying. But don't make it perfect. Just copy the rhythm. Even if you're not perfect, you are training your mouth. Step 4. Speak after listening. This is the key. You will do short, easy output, not a long speech, just a summary or a response. For example, after listening to a story, you can say, "Okay, the story is about," "the main idea is," "one interesting thing is," "in my opinion." Notice what happens. You are not creating language from nothing. You are borrowing structure from what you heard. Now, let's do a mini practice together, just a simple imagination exercise. Imagine the audio you listen to is about someone missing a bus. The speaker says something like, "I was running late, so I grabbed my bag and rushed out. But when I got there, the bus had already left." Now, after listening, your speaking practice can be, "Okay, so this person was running late, they rushed to the bus stop, but the bus already left. I think that's really stressful because it happened to me before." That's it. That's speaking practice. It's connected to input, so it's easier. Now, let's talk about the biggest mental problem: fear. Many learners feel embarrassed because they think speaking must be perfect. They want to speak like a native speaker immediately. But that expectation creates pressure, and pressure creates silence. When you do listen first speaking, you reduce pressure because you have a model. Your brain feels safe. You're not guessing. Also, there's another important truth. Speaking is a physical skill. Your mouth needs practice making sounds. Listening helps your brain, but shadowing helps your mouth. That's why I like shadowing as a bridge, because it teaches your mouth the shape of English. And shadowing does not need to be long. Even 3 to 5 sentences per day can help. Now I want to give you a realistic daily routine because the best method is the one you can actually do every day. Here's a 20-minute routine. First 8 minutes, pick a short clip, maybe 1 to 3 minutes. Listen 2 or 3 times. First time for meaning, second time with subtitles, third time without subtitles again. Next 5 minutes, shadow 3 to 5 sentences. Copy the speaker's rhythm. Don't stop too much, just repeat and keep going. Next 5 minutes, speak a summary. Record yourself on your phone. Keep it short, 20 to 40 seconds. Final 2 minutes, pick 3 phrases you liked and say them out loud. For example, to be honest, it turns out, I didn't expect that. This trains phrases, not single words. If you do this consistently, your speaking will improve because you are training the right system, pattern recognition, rhythm, and phrase memory. Now let's talk about common mistakes that stop people from improving. Mistake number 1, listening only one time. One time is not enough for your brain to absorb. Remember, fluency comes from familiarity. Mistake number 2, choosing content that is too difficult. Many learners think hard content equals fast improvement, but if you understand only 20%, you'll feel busy, but you won't build automatic speaking. Mistake number 3, collecting single words instead of phrases. English is built from chunks. For example, instead of learning only recommend, learn I'd recommend. Instead of learning depends, learn it depends on. Mistake number 4, trying to speak too much too early. Long speaking practice can create frustration. Start small. 1 minute is enough if it's daily. Now, let's go deeper into something powerful. Your brain's language confidence is based on how familiar English feels. If English feels unfamiliar, your brain panics. If English feels familiar, your brain relaxes. Listening creates familiarity. That's why listening first reduces speaking anxiety. So if you are someone who is afraid to speak, I want you to try a new goal. Don't aim to speak perfectly. Aim to make English feel familiar. Because once English feels familiar, your speaking starts to grow naturally. It becomes less thinking and more flow. Before we close, I want to give you a 7-day challenge you can try. Choose one short audio, 1 to 2 minutes, a story, a conversation, anything. Use the same audio for 1 week. Day 1, listen for meaning, then listen with subtitles. Day 2, listen again, write down 3 useful phrases. Day 3, shadow 3 sentences. Day 4, shadow again, then record a 20-second summary. Day 5, record again, try to use 1 phrase from the audio. Day 6, record again, try to speak a little faster but still clear. Day 7, record again and compare with Day 4. You'll hear improvement. This challenge works because repetition builds comfort, and comfort builds fluency. So let me end with 1 sentence to remember. Your ears lead your mouth. If you want to speak better English, don't fight your mouth first. Train your ears first. Thanks for listening, and if you want, in the next episode, we can choose 1 short audio together, and I'll guide you step by step through listening, shadowing, and speaking practice.